Welcome back to another episode of Entre Risas y Llantos. My name is Alondra.
My name is Cynthia.
In this podcast, we laugh, we cry, and we talk about the things that people don't want to talk about, especially in mostly like the Latino community. We're going to talk about a very like taboo topic entre los Latinos, and that is the topic of mental health.
I know.
I think it's so important, especially if you are first gen citizen, like U.S. citizen, a mejor first gen college student, if you're the oldest daughter,
right?
You got problems. I know you do.
You got problems.
I know you do, and I'm pretty sure you were told to just put them aside.
I think the audience we're gonna target today is the Latino community.
Yeah. And also like I also think the immigrant community in general, porque si conoces a musulmanos, a gente de diferentes razas, like whether they're Asian, whether they're Middle Eastern, whatever, like immigrant households, Indian, like I feel like all immigrants kind of get scared about the idea about talking about depression, anxiety. It's kind of like shameful.
Yeah. It wasn't like a big topic talking about anything.
But you know why?
Why?
Because they're worried about other shit.
Yeah,
they're worried about survival. They're like, what can we do to make ends meet? ¿Cómo le voy a dar de comer a mis hijos? ¿Qué pinche depresión? Y qué nada. O sea, yo digo que esa es una de las mentalidades que tienen muchos inmigrantes, personas en la comunidad latina, que van a decir, yo he trabajado, mi abuelito en paz descanse, yo he trabajado desde los 5 años, yo no tengo tiempo para estar pensando de ataques de ansiedad, y eso que el otro. Pero la triste realidad es que sí existe, porque no se habla, no significa que no existe. It does exist, and it's sad that our past generations have had to dealt with this pain, or like honestly, or dealing with whatever mental health problem that they have in silence. Like, I think that's sad.
And I'm thankful que se está abriendo más la gente al topic. También ahorita últimamente, like the millennials.
Yeah.
I feel like they're more open to go get therapy, go get some kind of help. Like, you're starting to notice yourself, like, a lo mejor no estoy bien. Like, why do I have these thoughts?
Yeah.
Let me inculcarle algo así a mi hijo o a mi hija. Like, let me tell them, like, how do you feel? Because ahora si les llegas a pegar a tus hijos, dude, like, ya es malo. Ya es considered like you don't do that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I know we got trauma. Like, it's definitely there. And I think millennials are the trailblazers. They're the ones they're paving the way for the other generations. Yo creo que the millennials were the first to kind of like bring it up and bring it into discussion and seek help. I think that's like the first generation that is doing it themselves. Right. Porque casi como que no fue enseñado. So at least you guys are cool on that. But stop painting your fucking houses gray. All millennials have their houses gray, please.
Wait a minute. All the millennial girl?
No. The millennial gray. Have you heard about it? That all millennials love their fucking gray houses.
I saw it. She says it because I have my whole house gray.
No,
even the outside.
She got 2 houses. No, shut up. Please do not talk. Please do not interrupt me. She got 2 houses. I'm sorry. I'm going to go off topic. Tell me why both houses, one here in the U.S. and in Mexico, are both fucking gray.
That was a color, dude.
No way.
That was the color.
You had the chance to be different in a different house. Different
you know
country.
what? That was like todo lo que miraba en social media. So I'm like, oh, I want my house like that. Y ahora I'm like, why didn't I? Ahorita la quiero pintar toda blanca.
Oscura, güey.
I know. No está tan oscuro.
No, tu casa de México sí está oscura.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, whatever. We got a little sidetracked. That is today's topic. And, I love this topic. Hasta me quema la pinche sangre de hablar. Me quema la lengua.
Se le quema la lengua porque she has a little bit of expertise in this topic. That's why.
Yeah. So I did study psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but I did get my bachelor's on that along with communications. And I love anything like mental health related or psychology related. But I also like to know about like how your culture affects your mental health, or your idea about mental health. And there's a lot of stories that we want to share. And I kind of want to start off with one of my uncles, the baby uncle of the family, my mom's youngest brother. And una vez yo estaba sentada en la cocina con él. And dude, this is when, I don't know, it was just me and him in the kitchen. Tell me why he just gets up and starts pacing.
What do you mean?
Going back and forth in the fucking kitchen way. Estamos hablando. That's the thing. Like, he was perfectly sitting down for a bit. And then he just gets up. Or actually, I don't even think he ever sat down. Maybe he was just always pacing.
Right.
He's going, like, we're talking. He's like, yeah. And then he goes to the fucking cabinet, la abres, closes it, goes to the fucking fridge, opens it. And we're still carrying on the conversation.
Right.
And then he just starts fidgeting, like, con cosillas. Y yo dije, I think you have ADHD. Like, I mean, who am I to fucking diagnose people? But I mean, it's a lot of you. If you read the DSM-5, I think that's what it's called. It's the book that has a lot of like all the
los patrones que una persona,
and it has all of the diagnosis, like of everything that you can think of for psychology based. So if you were to look it up, ADHD, and it tells you symptoms, this, and this, and that. I love that book. Is one that they give all psychology students. He has every characteristics of someone that has ADHD. Y luego a pesar es hombre, que es más común, or the signs are more noticeable on men than women. That's why women go most of their lives undiagnosed. Okay. So he was just like, yeah, my mom, they told her in school that I had it. So a mi abuelita, pues imagínate, inmigrante, no sabe el lenguaje. She doesn't know, like my grandma's generation, they're like, what? What are you talking about?
ADHD, ¿qué?
Yeah, ¿qué?
ADHD. Bueno, tiene eso, ok.
Que pues a mi abuelita le dijeron que mi tío, que lo fueran a diagnosticar, because at school they can't diagnose it, but they could do a referral, like a... they're the ones that get to see them in school.
And they'll take it easier on classes también.
No, well, yeah, they get to have a whole like IEP plan.
Right.
So that's why it's important to recognize it, because you could actually be helping your children in their learning development. That's why it's super important for them to get at least tested. Y pues le dijeron, te recomiendo que vayas a hacerle un examen a tu hijo. You know, I think he has a lot of characteristics of ADHD. My grandma never took him. And I'm like, recently we were talking about it, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, pobrecito. I'm like, you probably didn't get the help that you needed. Right. And who knows if things would have been different for him if he did. The reason why people get prescriptions, especially like if you're somebody that has depression, sometimes your medication could be saving your life. Oh. I know that medication all have side effects. I'm not saying that medication is good for you. Right. Pero a veces people that are not taking their meds and are not seeking help with therapy, right, it could be really bad for their health. I mean, that's why, especially people with major depression disorder, imagine all the thoughts that go through their head. Right. So sometimes taking that pill, aunque tenga un chingo de side effects,
te calma un poco el ruido.
Yeah. So there might be side effects like being extremely sleepy and stuff like that, because these are like, drugs are sending signals to your brain. Mental disorders are a chemical imbalance. That's what you need to think of. Es una enfermedad. Sí es una enfermedad. No es una cosa que inventaron. Es una enfermedad. Y cuando tú estás enfermo, te tomas medicina. Y eso es lo que es. Nomás que es medicina que va a alterar los químicos de tu cerebro un poco. They're all chemical imbalances. Like your brain is wired different than other people, and that's why you think the way you think, or that's why these thoughts are coming to your head. That's why you're feeling a certain way. For example, like I actually got diagnosed with ADD like a couple months ago. And I haven't had my follow-up appointment, because a follow-up appointment would be if I can get prescribed Adderall. ADD is like ADHD, except without the hyperactivity. That's why women go most of their lives undiagnosed. Porque women are the ones that typically have ADD. But you could have both. You could be a woman and still get ADHD, or you can actually have both ADD and ADHD at the same time. It's possible. Wow. So yeah, that's why women can go most of their lives undiagnosed, porque no tienen esa hyperness. They don't have that hyperness that are shown especially in boys. Right away in school, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, teachers are gonna be like, hey, I think you should probably get your son tested because
he's too hyper.
But overall, this comes to say like how important it is to get tested, especially when there's signs that are being noticed, because eventually that could be helping you in school qualify for an IEP, get extra testing time, or certain little things that accommodations. It's like certain accommodations that schools have in place for you so that you could succeed. You already have a little bit of like a barrier that like something that's kind of like making it harder for you, but the help is there. I feel like it's super easy for us to get sidetracked. Very. I think women are like this también, como when we're having a conversation, we could start off talking about one thing and we probably never finish talking about it because another detail came in the way.
Oh, and then you have another topic and you start talking about that.
But this all comes from the, like when I said that I got diagnosed, but my second appointment would be if I want medication. And that's something that I don't know, I'm highly considering it.
Right.
Because I feel like I want to at least try it to see if it does
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be like, would it help with my productiveness, with my, I don't know, sometimes yo creo que para mí yo puedo tener un chingo de pensamientos. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, and I get so overwhelmed that I do none of them.
Why don't you write them down?
Yeah, you know what is actually really helpful with people that have ADHD or ADD?
To write it down.
Creating lists.
¿Sabes? Yo hago listas porque yo tengo a veces tanto en la cabeza, like my kids, my husband, the house, whatever, work. Y ahorita con las colaboraciones, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So yo sí trato de escribir todo lo que tengo en mi pensamiento, and I feel so relieved. And I even saw it in a podcast that somebody did say, like, whenever you feel like you're overwhelmed with all these thoughts, just write them down.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do everything in your list, because a lot of shit's gonna come up, like, que a lo mejor lo tenías in back of your fucking mind, that no lo pensabas hacer ahorita, pero
now you want to do it.
Now you want to do it. So you start writing everything down, right? And then después de hacer eso, you're going to go through your list, lo más importante que quieres ya, and then ya lo demás lo dejas. I did finish my list, que cosas que yo sí quería hacer, well, except for one, and that's my daughter's closet.
Oh, that's like a Saturday
that's like a project,
activity.
Right? That's like a
Saturday
project.
activity.
So that was the only thing, and I'm like, okay. And then you feel so proud. You feel so like you accomplished something.
Yes, it actually is a thing. So the reason why it's so recommended to create lists, especially if you're somebody that has ADHD, ADD, or I mean anything, honestly, as listas, like a to-do list where you can actually check off every single thing that you have to do, because that actually enlightens a sense of enrichment.
Right.
It's an enrichment thing. You're rewarding yourself.
Yeah, you're rewarding
by
yourself.
checking something off.
You feel like, I did it.
Yeah, that was the same shit as getting a fucking sticker on your assignment.
Right.
It would encourage you to do better the next time. Y también, a great indicator that I have ADD is like me setting up timers. You know that I'm the queen of timers?
Why?
I time myself every day. Telling Siri to fucking send me a 5, 10 minutes, 15-minute timer. I love setting timers because if you beat the clock, it gives you a sense of enrichment. So I'll be like, Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. Also to keep me on track, because the perception of time with somebody with ADHD or ADD is like it doesn't exist. Yeah, so when I'm doing my makeup, I'd say set a timer for 5 minutes. First, because I need to know the 5-minute mark, because I'm just like, okay, if I'm taking more than 5 minutes, whatever. So I give myself a time. Pero it doesn't always end up working out. So I say another 5 minutes. I just always have to have a timer.
That's crazy.
I cannot live without setting a timer for myself. I'm a fucking animal. I want to perform for myself.
By the way, on a note for that, we have a timer right now.
I actually don't, bitch. I forgot.
Oh, shit. This is the first time.
You see? I actually did not set a timer. I was just thinking about it too.
Because every episode, she always has a 45-minute timer. We're never going to finish a 45-minute, but she just wants to know the mark.
Yeah.
So every time we talk and we overtalk, she'll be like, okay, 10 more minutes. 5 more minutes. 10 more minutes. And I'm like, damn, girl, like, let's just cut it.
I don't know if I ever told you this.
What?
Pero actually, I feel like I did. I must have, because I don't always decide to tell you things because I don't want to get your judgment.
Why do you think I'm a judgy person?
Especially because Cynthia's all about numbers, especially if she finds out the stupid shit that I'm spending my money on.
Oh,
that's when I've always felt judged by you. You're like,
Yeah.
ay, Alondra, you shouldn't be fucking splurging. You should invest. Cállate. Cállate. I don't want to fucking invest. Stop talking to me about stocks right now.
I am the queen of investments.
Anyway, so there's a couple things that I feel like I don't be telling you, but so this was when I was living with my parents todavía in their current house. And my house could just never be quiet. My dad has a whole fucking DJ in his room that he DJs by himself. And my mom tiene su negocio in the basement where she cuts hair. So it's always gonna be noise. There's always gonna be noise.
When my dad is home, nunca tiene que haber ruido.
Sometimes if he's watching TV or he's in this freaking little DJ. Pero when I used to live with my parents, I looked up. There was this one girl on Facebook. If you're watching this episode, hey girl. There was this one girl on Facebook that, like a person that I know, she said that she tried weight loss hypnosis. And this was in 2021. Either in 2020 or in 2021.
Okay.
One of those 2 years. I think it was 2021. And
did it work for her?
I gained so much weight, and she spoke wonders about this weight loss hypnosis. But she said that this person was basically weight loss hypnosis is exactly what you're thinking about. It's someone that is trained to do hypnosis, to get you in a state of hypnosis, and push it in your subconscious about losing weight, and literally hypnotize you to like. You tell him what you wanted to focus on. And for me, it was like not fucking eating too much. Wait, no. I'm not saying it's wrong to eat. I love to eat.
2021, dude, estábamos todavía kind of like encerrados, güey.
Yes, no, that's why. I gained a lot of weight in 2020. That was the year where I gained a lot of weight. So I was really worried. Like, I'm having such a hard time losing weight. I'm working out. I felt like nothing worked for me.
Yeah.
Pero obviously their habits todavía estaban allí. And I'm just like, okay, me knowing that your brain is the most powerful thing in your body. It's literally the most powerful thing in our body. It literally controls it controls our life.
Right.
So I'm just like, if I could tell my brain to not fucking want chips at fucking 11 p.m. every day, my fingers were permanently red.
Red, yeah. Every fucking day she would eat chips. Since she was like a kid, little girl, since you were like Gigi's age.
The parasites inside me. The parasites inside me want the fucking chips. Yo siempre he sido bien salty person. Y a mí casi no se me antoja los sweets, pero my parasites love them some chips.
Yeah.
So not even just chips, but also like to encourage me to like want to work out. Right. And I used to also eat when I was bored.
Yeah.
It was just so easy. We couldn't go out.
And then plus because my mom would come up de su trabajo and era siempre tarde and she will always make snacks.
Ay, sí, mi mamá se hace una pinche botana todos los días.
She's the worst. ¿Quieren?
A las 10 de la noche.
A las 10 de la noche.
Ahora mis papás se duermen temprano.
Sí, pero a las 10 o 11 de la noche estábamos comiendo snacks because my mom siempre, she's like a very snack person.
She loves her little night snack. Or she used to love it because she still does, but now she does it earlier.
Yeah.
Because her bedtime starts at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yeah, she's getting ready to go to bed at 8. And mi mamá siempre con su botana, güey. Mi mamá no cualquier botana va a hacer because Doña Lupe se va a hacer, ¿quieres unos dorilocos?
Ajá.
That's her type of snack.
Con
She would have her cacahuates, pepinito, los cacahuates japoneses, jícama or
con
whatever.
Salsa Valentina, limón.
Sandía, lo que tuviera. Y siempre se hacía algo, un elote con no sé qué, así, o maruchan y luego que le pones esto, que el otro. She's just always like that. So I was just like, yeah, I just cannot keep up with these same habits. If somebody could just fucking go into my brain super quick.
Rewire my brain.
Go into my brain and be like, hey, bitch, don't fucking eat past 8. I don't know.
So I got to witness, well, not witness, pero I got to hear a podcast about weight loss hypnosis. So lo que decía es, te da a escoger cuando tú tengas esos cravings en la noche, prácticamente cuando tú estabas en tu state de hipnosis, le decía, ahora, ¿qué es lo que no te gusta? No me gusta como, por ejemplo, el olor a cigarro.
Yes,
detesto.
Yes, yeah.
So cambia esas chips al olor de cigarro. So cuando tú estás en ese state es cuando
que siempre
cambio.
se te antoje algo.
Right.
Quiero y es que siempre se me antoje, like every time I'm thirsty,
verdura.
I'm only going to drink water.
Right.
I'm always going to want to drink, either eat salads or things that are nutritional for my body, like que se te antojen. Yes, that's super important. And actually, that reminded me what the girl posted on Facebook. She said she was speaking wonders about this this dude that does hypnosis for weight loss therapy. And she said that she was eating something and that it disgusted her. Something she normally likes. That's why she was just like,
and you know, but also, once you get into the habit of just eating those type of things, con que lo hagas por 3 semanas, 2 semanas o 3 semanas, ya cuando, o sea, porque el hypnosis, obviously you have to get work done multiple times. It's not just once. Y I know la gente a veces suele llegar otra vez para atrás, pero como ya estás acostumbrada a que tu cuerpo ha comido nada más healthy stuff, cuando comes de nuevo, like, whatever, all these junk food, tu panza obviously is not going to receive it well.
Like
and then you're going to be like...
and vegetarian, if they go a long time in their lives without eating meat, and then maybe one day out of nowhere, they're like, let me give it a try. They can make them sick.
Yeah, it makes them sick. So ya ni lo quieres probar, ya ni lo quieres comer.
Oh, no. So the reason you can get hypnosis was many things. Actually, he didn't just do weight loss. That was one of the things he did. That was one of the categories.
Probably stop smoking.
He could do also if you're addicted to something, whether it's drugs or smoking.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, I would give it a try si tienes un vicio o algo que, pues, I don't know, a habit that you don't want to have. Okay, but Cynthia, the reason of this story was that I wasn't going to tell my mom I was doing weight loss hypnosis. I feel like I don't know, between me and you, I feel like I'm more weird.
No shit. I've been knowing that.
I feel like when you guys find out that I did certain things, you guys are like, what? Okay. Es que nadie se lo creía. That I would be capable. I don't know. Okay, but the whole reason we started talking about weight loss hypnosis is that I found somebody you can just go Google anything at this point.
Right.
And Groupon. You find some sketchy shit in Groupon. Yeah, I want my fucking, I don't know, my Aura Red for $13. Like,
right.
You'll pay for, you'll find anybody on Groupon. And it was like, or maybe it was just a website. Maybe I had to download an app. I don't know. And you were to find people, psychologists, or it could be people that just are really like specialized in hypnosis.
Okay.
And I found somebody, I looked at their availability. I don't know how much I paid.
Right.
I probably paid, it was like 6. I feel like it was multiple because it just can't happen in one, right?
Uh-huh. How much you spent on that?
Yo creo que eran 6 o 4, no sé, entre 4 o 6 sessions. And I think I paid like 300 and something.
Okay, that's not bad because...
So deal, huh? You're like, actually, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Too. I would pay that.
Okay, the whole reason why we started talking about why it's so loud in the house is because it's so fucking hard to get into a very relaxed state. Oh my God, because for the majority of the session, he's trying to get you to relax.
Right.
Because if he does not get into that part of your brain when you are resting and you're not thinking about absolutely anything, then it's going to be hard for them to try to hypnotize you or to set in, to start working with you and towards your hypnosis. So it would always be loud and whatever. And sometimes I would tell my mom, like, don't interrupt me. Like, don't go into the room. And I would put a sign with notebook paper. No toquen, no me toquen, no me hablen hasta este horario.
Oh, I think I did see it.
I think you did.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm like, don't come in until 7:30 p.m.
My mom would say that you was working.
I would say a lot of lies.
Oh, okay. Oh, that explains it.
Estoy trabajando, man. No me interrumpas, por favor. I mean, I did work from home.
Right.
And I had a salary job, so I could work at any time of day, honestly. Right. But I would be like, Ama, no me interrumpas porque voy a tener una terapia. And she was so worried. She was like, ¿terapia de qué? I'm like, es una terapia. And I think maybe twice, I think by the time I had like another session, because one time I had to tell her to be super quiet y que no me interrumpiera. And she was just like, why? Whatever. That happened. And then like the next time, she got really worried. She was like, Alondra, crying. She's crying to me. She was like, si estás pasando por algo, mija. Oh my God. Porque a mí no me gusta verte sufrir. Hey, dude, my mom is very passionate about her daughters, okay? She loves us very much. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this girl.
My mom probably thinks que me voy a matar or something.
Yeah, she was just like, mija, ya sabes que yo estoy aquí para ti. Tú me puedes contar lo que tú quieras. She's like, no andes haciendo esas cosas. She's like, estás bien. She probably thought I was like...
On drugs?
I don't know. She probably thought I was going to do something, or like I was going through I mean, I feel like I did have like... I've never had depression, but I have had like like depressive emotions.
Right.
Because you could carry like emotions of it.
Right.
Pero no, like, I was like, girl, only if you knew that I'm trying like not eat chips.
Quiero que me den asco.
Quiero que se me antojen los frijoles todos los pinches días con nopales.
No, güey, con los frijoles no, güey.
Hey, beans are good for you.
Beans se echan unos pinches pedotes, güey. Cállate.
Fuck it. But yeah, dude, she was really worried. Like, but the thing is, like, she didn't want me to get help. She just talk to me. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's gonna be your therapist.
Yeah, I guess. And it's just crazy how they're so scared.
Honestly.
Like, even the idea of it. And then also I want to touch the subject already since I already mentioned it. Like, there would be times, I already told you there was a time that you really like upset me.
When?
Cancel her, please. 'Cause I'm about to tell you guys a story.
No, don't.
So basically,
that's the old Cynthia.
This is when we lived in the basement,
Okay.
and I had that big ass room. My parents gave me the biggest room. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
They gave me the biggest room, and I was not gonna take that room. It was just a basement with 2 bedrooms, and we were living there. And my parents decided to take the smallest room. I don't know. My dad's weird. So a bigger room means what? Bigger mess.
Bigger mess for you.
More space to push shit. Like,
for you.
Literally, you guys have no idea. No soy marrana. Marrana, in my opinion, is tener comida también and shit like that in your room. I didn't have that.
But you had cups of water.
Empty cups. But
and
not,
chips.
I didn't have
and bag chips.
Empty. No food in the house. No food in my room. The food would have been eaten already. Wrappers, maybe.
I actually made a video about that.
Okay, listen to me.
Okay, listening.
The thing is, I was actually super neat in college. I don't know what happened to me in college. Maybe because I was like, maybe I'm away from home, whatever. I'm living with a roommate. Yo siempre tenía el cuarto limpio. And whoever went to college with me can confirm that I had the cleanest room. I graduated college in 2020. Obviously, that was the year that they declared the lockdown. They kicked us out of college. And that was the year I was supposed to graduate. Like, I didn't even get a graduation. Coming back, COVID, quarantine, everything, dude, it was tough. And I feel like that shit impacted my mental health so much. And also the fact of me being back home, because for the first time in my life, I'm not going back to school. That was a different mentality.
Right.
Every year I already felt like, oh, I'm going back to school. I'm going to go see my friends. But this was a year I'm like, wait, I'm in COVID. Like, COVID is happening. Nobody's hiring.
You have to get a job. You're like, okay, what am I going to do?
There's this pressure. I'm like, damn, I went to school for all these years and I didn't have to think about the real world. And this is the real world. Like, it's so hard for me to say that. Please do not fucking judge me. Real world. That's hard. Say it.
Real world? Bitch, not me correcting you.
You're like, real world, please. It's real world, pendeja. Real world. I used to not be able to say vulnerable. I used to say vulnerable. Anyway, English is not our first language. And so, so yeah, when I had that big ass room, I would have a mess. Like, you could barely walk, right? And it was just clothes, bolsas. I wouldn't put anything away. And
y'all can see the video on my TikTok.
Cynthia, it was one of her first TikToks. And she was just like, no, pues no limpia. El audio was like...
No limpia, no cocina, se la pasa aplastada.
Algo así, es un audio. Y Cynthia usó ese audio while I'm in bed, like trying to get in bed, and you recorded the whole mess. And that shit pissed me off because I'm just like, I haven't always been like this. I'm like you need, first of all, you guys need to notice those signs in your loved ones and say, what is going on? Because people's rooms and houses are a representation of their mind. That was like the most messiest that I've ever seen myself get. And that's why I got really upset with Cynthia, because I'm just like, damn, like, and it actually made me cry. I was just like, she didn't even fucking ask me how I'm feeling.
I'm so sorry. You're still traumatized?
No, I'm not going to cry.
Oh,
I was like, she didn't even ask me how I'm feeling.
How are you feeling, sister?
I'm feeling fine.
Thank you. That's why you got an attitude earlier with me?
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, Cynthia, I'm repaying you of all the damage you've done to me.
Honestly, I'm a different Cynthia from... back then, obviously.
Yes, because she's a señora now.
I am a señora, but like honestly, I'm so sorry for all the damage I caused you, because today she reminded me. Hold on, today she reminded me. She's like, "Well, you always talk to me like that," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I haven't spoke to you like that all day today, and like you just what?"
I apologized.
Yeah, you did.
You see, I apologize. Unlike some people, she still thinks she was okay for that video. And I was just like, she never asked me how I was feeling.
I don't even know.
I don't know if you did.
I don't remember.
If y'all follow her, go fucking look for it and report it to TikTok. It's causing damage to people. No, you're exploiting me.
No, wait, no mames.
Te voy a demandar.
Nobody has liked that video in years.
And so I told Cynthia, I'm like, it actually pissed me off. You know what pissed me off even more?
What?
Is that we have a group chat with the cousins and she sent it to them. And then I was just like, and I said in the fucking, I'm like, oh, you never considered that I might be feeling depressed? And you were like, depression, my ass. You always felt like this.
You know what?
So actually, this millennial is not paving the way for the future generations. Not this one. No. When I was talking about millennials earlier, it wasn't including her.
No, now it is because I took therapy. So now I'm a different. That's why I'm a different Cynthia. Because before that age, you know, I still didn't consider like a person, especially you. Like, I didn't think depression existed until I passed through fucking depression. So I went through postpartum depression. So after that, like, I knew the sentimiento. I knew que it was just, son un montón de pensamientos negativos. Y even my sister asked me, like, why you don't seem like yourself. And I'm like, because I don't feel like myself. And I think I trusted you to open up a little bit. But, you know, I was alone with my own thoughts because I didn't even want to speak to my husband about it.
Yeah.
So when I went through that, I did reach for help. And I'm like, honestly, y todos
mija, tú no necesitas esa ayuda.
Like, not my mom, obviously.
Confiar conmigo, ay Dios.
And not only that, but before I got married, I did went through like a little not counseling, like marriage counseling.
Yeah.
I would say. We did 3 sessions, and that was it because we were spending $20 for each session. And
hey, $20 is not a lot of money.
$20 per person. So we're like, it's $40 every single time we come.
That's actually still cheap.
I know. It is. But I was like, I told Javi, I'm like, I'm trying to communicate. You's not trying to communicate. So that was the whole issue. Y ya cuando después de los $60, he's like, okay, I think I can communicate with you. Oh. It cost him $60.
If you tell me that's a pretty good investment. But wait, tell me, like, when you were receiving help when you had postpartum depression, like, you feel like that did help you then?
It helped me. You know what helped me more? Estar viendo puro podcast de cosas positivas. Once I started finding a meaningful empecé con meditación, obviously.
Well, you know what? I think because you were never spiritual before.
I wasn't.
That's when I think that started your spiritual journey.
I was, obviously, yo siempre he sido bien católica.
Pero recuerdas que mi mamá antes era muy espiritual. Maybe we'll save that topic for another time.
Yeah.
Pero what I mean by espiritual is that my mom, has always had faith, Catholic faith especially.
Right.
Pero my mom used to also be very spiritual in the sense of believing in the universe, the earth, the plants, crystals. She believed in all of that.
Right. So energías y todo eso.
And that was a thing that me and my mom would always talk about, and you didn't.
I did.
Cynthia hated hearing that shit.
And you know what? Por eso yo pensaba muy negativo. ¿Cómo era con ustedes? Like, ay, no, like, I don't believe in that. Like, eso no existe. Y yo siempre pensaba súper negativo o a veces decía, ¿por qué chingados me pasa esto? ¿O por qué el otro? Porque yo siempre lo pensaba.
Yeah,
so once I started... cuando pasó lo de postpartum depression, es cuando empecé a ver mucho podcast de healing and stuff like that. So me dio como un motivo y un push into that wanted me. Eso yo quería hacer como que algo para mí misma porque I'm like, I don't see myself just working for a job 9 to 5 every single day. Mm-hmm. So yo dije, yo tengo que encontrar un propósito porque ya cuando me estaba sintiendo un poco mejor, empecé a ir al gym, empecé a comer mejor, empecé a motivarme yo sola. So it's like, you have to start, like, si tú estás pasando por algo en tu cabeza o algo que te drains you, start listening to podcasts that really do motivate you because that changed my life.
Or get therapy.
And that's the reason why we have our podcast, because we want to change lives. We want to change, maybe somebody va a escuchar nuestras historias, van a decir, I can relate to them a lot, you know? Mm-hmm. Y a lo mejor puedes cambiar tu estilo de vida, a lo mejor puede ayudarte en una forma, no sé.
And sometimes your health insurance, if you have health insurance, you can get covered if you have Medicaid, especially if you have Medicaid. I'm a caseworker, so I know what I'm telling you. You guys can actually get affordable healthcare or even free. Pero también si tienes like insurance through your employer, I would also recommend you to look into it. And if you don't have insurance, there is nonprofit organizations or there's therapists that actually are very affordable. So definitely look into that. Something that I also wanted to mention about Cynthia, like when Cynthia just had her firstborn, obviously that was the first time you're experiencing motherhood. Mm-hmm. It's a huge shift. It's during COVID. It's like a lot. Cynthia se cortó el pinche pelo. No sé.
That was
¿Qué le pasó por la mente a esta güey? Cynthia is the true definition of an impulsive queen. Like, this girl is the true Aries. Let me just fucking cut all my hair off. Who thinks that?
You know what happened? My daughter pulled my hair, and I was so irritated to the point that I was like, I'm going to go cut my hair tomorrow. Seriously. She pulled my hair, por eso me irritó tanto.
Picture of a Cynthia with short hair right here.
Oh my God.
So Cynthia cut all of her hair off. She sent me a picture, an inspo pic from Pinterest. Bitch, you're not going to look like that.
Dude, okay, wait a minute. I went to my mom to cut my hair.
Okay, no, listen to me. Cynthia was like, sister, you think I should do this? No. I care about you. I know what's best for you. Why would I be fucking fake? I was just like, no, Cynthia, do not cut your hair like that.
Cut.
No, I think it will look really nice. I don't think it will.
Dude.
I was just like, Cynthia, don't fucking do that haircut. I wasn't even trying to be like, oh, my sister could do whatever she wants with her life. No, I was trying to look out for her. Like, she fucking did it. And then you cut your hair. And then right after the baby's born, 1 month after, she goes to Cancun. Aren't you glad you had me and my mom as your? This is why I feel like women, if you guys are, si hay mujeres que están embarazadas, if you guys are watching this, I feel like it's so important to know who's in your circle, like in your tribe, yeah. Because it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. Porque, a ver, diles por qué, Cynthia.
¿Por qué?
Pues tú te fuiste a Cancún un mes después de tener
a tu bebé. You know what? So my push present was a trip.
But didn't you do a baby moon too?
Who?
Or you did that with Santi?
Baby who?
A baby moon.
What the hell is a moon?
A baby moon is going on a trip right before your baby's about to be born.
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh, I didn't know that. So I did.
It's like a honeymoon, but baby
Okay,
moon.
so yo me fui de viaje a Cancún. That was my push present, by the way. Porque I had C-sections for both. And my first C-section, I was already on the table and Javi's looking at me because I think my blood pressure was going down. I don't know. Something was beeping. And I only remember him like, whatever you want. He's looking at me all nervous and I'm like, you're getting me paranoid shit. And I'm like, he's like, whatever you want. And I'm like, I want to go to Cancun for my birthday. And my birthday was literally the next month.
Also, so one thing about Cynthia, she's going to take advantage of any time off she has from work.
Of course.
She's like, let's go to Thailand. I'm just kidding.
For real.
She hasn't gone. She's like, my baby's 1 month. Let's go to China.
Yeah.
Fuck it. So, but no, Cynthia went to Cancun a month after. And of course, she was hella judged. Oh my God. You were the topic. Que Cynthia apenas tuvo a su bebé.
Y ya está en Cancún.
Ya está en México. And maybe my mom, like, obviously was probably one of those people, but she still did it.
Right.
She still took care of the baby. And obviously, I also had to help because I'm living with my parents at this time. So I had to help a lot. And there's a video I have with Gigi. I'm like, how do you feel that your parents left you? Yeah, you've only been here you've been on Earth for 1 month, and they're like, I have to get away from her.
See, I needed to get away from my daughter because I couldn't sleep, dude. I was not sleeping at all. Gigi was
going crazy.
I was going super crazy and no one was helping me. Because not even, remember I told you about even me and Javi got into it because he would pretend like not to hear the baby and just turn around. And I'm like, am I the only one here?
Wait, tell them what you guys established later on.
So 3 weeks after Gigi was born, I remember I told Javi, I set him down and he came from work. And no, I don't even think he was working yet. So I sit him down and I'm just like, I got to talk to you. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I am the only person who's not sleeping. Like, there's two adults who decided to have a baby. And we got to come up with something because it's not fair for me that estoy toda rajada and you are not doing your part on taking care of the baby at night when I can't even sleep all day at night. And if I'm sleeping in the day, you consider me like como que estoy flojeando.
Yeah.
So we got to do something about it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you pretend like you're asleep. The baby is crying in the middle of us. I'm like, if I could hear her, you can hear her. Mm-hmm. So le dije, let's do 1 week and 1 week. So obviously he's like, okay, I'll take this week. So I'm like, starting tonight, you're going to do the whole week. He did the whole week. I did the following day.
New rule established. Tomorrow, it's your day. Starting tomorrow, we're not going to do a full week. Even though he already did a whole week. Starting tomorrow, we're going to go day un día tú y un día yo.
So that's what we established.
It's okay. You had a whole ass baby.
I know.
It's okay.
It was that week that I didn't sleep.
One more.
So por eso es que I wanted to go to Cancun so bad because I just needed this. I needed to go to sleep. Yo lo único que quería is being without the baby and just go to sleep. And I know every mom goes through this, bitch.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to so many and they're like, oh my God, that first couple weeks, like we don't sleep. We, I feel, me siento mal and I know you should be happy, pero a veces
No.
O sea, como they project it like to be happy and everything. And it's like, dude, like you're the opposite because you feel like shit.
I mean, they call it the newborn trenches for a reason. It's hard.
You feel like shit. Y aparte tienes que estar yendo al pinche hospital y tienes que, you have so much shit.
Appointments.
And you're like, estoy rajada, todavía ni me puedo levantar.
And then your healing process is longer
obviously
than the natural births. So yeah, it's a lot. So I'm glad that you guys established.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's such a good way to like any parents watching this expecting a baby coming soon. I think you guys should establish un día. I feel like the first 2 weeks should be the man. But
yeah. But I mean, at least porque también va a descansar, so like un día tú, un día tú, un día él, something like that. Because for us, it worked wonders. And when my son was born, my daughter was like a year and a half. And we would push each other. Because my daughter, by now, she sleeps through the whole night. So, cuando él le tocaba a la niña, es como si iba a dormir prácticamente toda la noche. So, we established 1 and 1, So, like, a quien le tocaba el llorón, my son.
Yeah.
Y a quien le tocaba Gigi.
The easy child.
Yeah.
That's smart. Pero... yeah, especially like en nuestra comunidad esto no se habla o casi no se quiere hablar, pero es muy triste que nuestras abuelitas, nuestras past generations, they've had to deal with this, and I'm just like, I'm glad that we're healing along the way as well. Si son padres, abuelos o algo y están viendo este video, es bien importante de hablar sobre la salud mental. Siempre dicen, ya sé que hay muchos famosos dichos que dicen ponte las pilas, like I mean, I get it because, our families, immigrants, are super hardworking. So something we brought up in the beginning, like, I have other shit to worry about. Why I don't have this? But it is super important to talk about. I know that my mom, siempre la mirábamos como una persona muy
fuerte.
Muy fuerte. Mi mamá es una chingona, de verdad. And there was a moment recently, as of a couple years ago, where my mom's mental health was declining, and we had never seen that side of her.
Right.
And that's why it's so important. Y mi mamá les puede contar, and maybe we could bring her on in a different episode about that.
But to talk about depression or lo que estaba pasando, I offered her classes de terapia porque I have a friend. Y me las negó, güey. Me dijo, I'd rather go to church. I was like,
That's crazy. I mean, my mom's super involved with the church now, pero ya mi mamá decía que le daban ataques y no sé si eran ataques de ansiedad. We don't know. She never saw a psychologist. She didn't want to. She said, este sentimiento no se los deseo a nadie.
Right.
She said it was like the worst feeling. Like, she was really overwhelmed. She would be crying a lot. Like, my mom changed her demeanor. She would talk less. She wouldn't even talk as loud, right? We could barely hear her. No, mija, es porque no debería. Mi mamá no es así. Mi mamá siempre era bien hocicuda también. She would say bad words and shit like that. But that's the version that we grew up with and that we love. My mom's so vocal and expressive, llena de vida. Right. And it's just crazy how her whole demeanor changed. Pero ¿sabes qué? Ya sé que ella negó las terapias. Pero por lo menos iglesia or having faith also is a sense of therapy too. It's a sense te consola. Te consuela. La iglesia te consuela. Your faith te consuela. And I feel like people should just find something that warms their soul. Like algo que te va a ayudar. Okay, maybe if it's not therapy, at least something. I mean, if you want to go to your church or speak to someone
Or even have like a meditation, spirituality.
Yeah, and it could be something different.
retreat.
It could be meditations as well.
Right.
Something that will help your mind in any way. It could be going to church, therapy, meditation. Whatever you are more comfortable with seeking, do something that will help your mind.
Right.
At all times. Like, that's something we definitely recommend. And sometimes apenas fui a la Ciudad de México y le enseñé a Cynthia que fuimos a un mercado, en el mercado de Coyoacán. Ya habíamos terminado de comer. Dije, necesito un jugo, como un jugo verde, un detox, porque estaba comiendo bien mal cuando andaba allá. And en este puestecito tenían un pinche jugo para todo, güey.
Para las arrugas, para las manchas, para todo.
Eran como 3 páginas de jugos, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Decía, jugo para el mal aliento, jugo para el celulitis, jugo para la insomnia.
Para las arrugas.
Para las arrugas. Y decía, jugo para la depresión, jugo por la ansiedad. Y yo, Cynthia, and now in my video, I'm just like, no tienes depresión.
Yeah.
Solamente necesitas un jugo de depresión. Wait, I wonder what it has now. Wait, let me see what it has. A ver qué tiene el jugo para la depresión. Tiene manzana, ajonjolí, lechuga y naranja, güey.
Interesting.
El jugo anémico tiene piña, naranja, betabel. Güey, aquí está antigripal, anemia, anémico. What the fuck is the difference between?
I have no idea.
Hay uno para la anemia y hay otro anémico. Artritis, antioxidante. Sí, that's the one I ordered. Gastritis, hemorroides. Güey, no, estreñimiento. That was like a typical juice that people will find.
¿Cómo lo pediste tú así? Dame un grande de estreñimiento.
No, ¿sabes qué le dije?
¿Cómo?
No pedí Le dije, ¿sabe cuál me va a ayudar a cagar?
No, ¿así le dijiste?
Dije número 2. Dijo,
estreñimiento.
¿O quieres un jugo? No, she didn't even say that. She's like, ¿quieres un jugo verde? I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes it's not just a juice. Sometimes it's important to talk to your loved ones about your mind. Please, if you are going through a rough time and you need somebody to talk to, or maybe you're having thoughts about injuring yourself, we're going to post a suicide hotline right here. Please, like, if you guys are seeing these signs from your loved ones, if they're experiencing anything that could mean that they have, depression or any other type of mental health, or struggling with their mental health, like, sometimes you don't have to give advice. You don't have to be a therapist for no one, especially when you don't know what to say. Just be there for them. Even just doing small acts like, hey, I cooked for you today. Hey, want me to come over and clean? Or I can help you clean. Just go ahead and take a nap. Those are true acts of love. Si están viendo este video y si vienen de un hogar hispano, mexicano, latino, inmigrante, lo que sea, les digo que cuando alguien está lidiando con problemas de su salud mental, when they're truly struggling, it is a chemical imbalance. Like, something is wrong with them and they are having a hard time controlling it. So give them more grace, and also, like, try to offer them resources where they can get help. Pero yeah, this has been a topic that I feel like has always been a taboo, and I feel like this is just probably one of the few episodes where we're going to be touching on this, but because I feel like there's way more to talk about. We didn't even touch the subject on traumas, girl.
Oh, yeah.
So much about traumas, especially like how I mentioned earlier, like being a first generation daughter. Like, that's its own thing and that's its own episode as well. Right. But this is kind of like our little introduction into it.
Así que les agradecemos por llegar hasta el fin y vamos a dejar todas las redes sociales y el número también.
And our email is going to be right here as well. If you guys want to tell us something, if you guys want to vent, and maybe if you want to talk on a phone call, give me a call. Especially if you guys are watching this, like, we truly appreciate your guys' support. And this is a community that we're establishing. You guys can DM us as well if you want to have, like, a personal message. If you guys want to share your story.
Siempre estamos bien activas en las redes sociales.
Especially Instagram. If you want to DM us on Instagram, we're Entre Risas y Llantos podcast on Instagram. So go ahead and follow us, and we truly appreciate you guys. And stay in tune for new episodes.
Bye.
Creo que ya es tiempo de ir con el psiquiatra.